Morning, guys. December 17th, 2021. So there I got a call from that guy. I went and changed that pump on his oil burner that was bound up. Remember, he had a bound up oil burner pump. And I'm thinking that there might be water inside the outside tank or something affecting that pump. So he called me about 3-4 weeks later. Same thing happened to the used pump I put in there, bound up. So I told him shut off the power and how to free it up. He freed it up. It's been about a week and a half. It's still running. But I'm going to go over there and pull the top of that Roth tank out and see what the piping looks like. Roth tanks usually got like a rubber hose that goes into the bottom of the tank for the suction line. If that's the case, I'm going to change that around a little bit. I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to probably come up like 4 inches off the bottom of the tank, so it's always sucking like clean oil. It's not sucking oil off that very bottom. And maybe add some additives to it and see if that helps. If that don't help, probably have to go with a Tiger loop off the tank. Put a Tiger loop in the basement. But I'm gonna try. I wanna see what that piping looks like first. If it's got that rubber hose thing on there, what I'm gonna do is I wanna put a drop piece of copper in there, or maybe a check valve on the bottom, and then you could go with a one-pipe system. Wouldn't even need the two-pipe. The problem with a two-pipe system is it's always circulating oil through the system and back to the tank. And they're kind of like always stirring up shit in the bottom of the tank because it's always recirculating. So if you turn it into a one-pipe system, sometimes you're better off because it's not stirring up all the shit in the tank by dumping back in there. You know what I mean? That'd probably be a better way. But we're gonna go over there and see what's going on with it. I want to look at the piping coming off the top of that tank. And this guy's a good customer of mine, so I ain't got no issues, you know, working with him to try to get it straightened out. I've known him for a long time, this customer. I've had him for a long time, so try to take care of the good customers. Never a dull moment, Miss Molly. Never a dull moment, Miss Molly. Miss Molly. Never a dull moment, Miss Molly. No. It's warm enough to have the window open today, Miss Molly. Some guy sent me a little Jed Clampett thing. I gotta find a spot for him. Old Jed Clampett. We'll have to hang him somewhere. I'm gonna shut it off for now and pull that piping apart, see what's going on. There's a Roth tank here. I got the burner off inside, so it shouldn't be an issue. This bottom one should be the return. Just curious on what's going on with this piping. I'm just curious on what's in here. I'm not sure if I played around with this before. I don't think I did. Yeah, see, it's got the rubber hose on there. which is not the greatest. There's the fucking thing. Deep it is, but might want to raise this up off there. See how it's all kind of mucky? See all that? That's water. We're gonna probably raise it up some. See that? That's water. So let's get a tape measure and see how far down we are. We want to be up off of that 4 inches or so. Alright, so we want to be up about 4 inches off the bottom of this tank. So I'm 57. Right? Alright, so right now the hole's right there where it comes in, right? That was at 57s to the bottom, so that's 2 inches. So we want to come up a little bit more, cut that and bring it up a little bit more, if I can. See how this is all kind of rusty and shit? And it shouldn't be like that. I mean, it shouldn't be rusty like that. So I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but... Don't really need this, because this is if it's on the bottom of the tank. But we'll leave it because it saves the, and then the return. I believe this should, I said 57, right? So we said 57. 57 is bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 53. Let's go 6 inches. I'll go 5. Took off that much. Like I said, this usually goes in the bottom of the tank. I think I have raised it before. But I kind of like this because if the gasket falls down, you don't lose it. Alright, so we're 57 is the bottom of the tank. So we're going to be up off the bottom, 6 inches off the bottom of the tank where it's sucking the oil from. So that's better. thinking. I'm gonna put some more additive in the tank also. Old Bocky's home. Old Bocky. Old Bocky's home. Guy's been adding additive to this stuff, so I don't think I want to add anymore because he's been adding it already. We'll try that and see how that works. Something like that. That'll be where it's sucking off. The bottom of that's, you know, it's always trying to clean off, sucking off clean oil. Totally disperses water. I'll try putting a can of that in there. He's got one can of this stuff left. I'm throwing the other ones out that were up here. I'll try that out. Put a jumper on there to run it. Might be a little bit of air in there. I just want to make sure it runs for a little bit. Yeah, see the air? I forget I pulled the line out, so I might have to do it a couple of times. It's so priming. So I got the lever off up there. So probably it's not firing up. Make sure it's tight on there. If not, it won't pull, right? It's going to be tight. Make sure it's tight. If not, it won't pull a vacuum. This might have been a little loosey-goosey there. Let's try that. Something's just weird. I had to change that drop piece because this thing, I couldn't pull a vacuum on it. I couldn't get it to, must be a problem. It keeps collapsing. See this line, how it's collapsing? So, I'll put a check valve and a copper piece. We're going to put a duplex fitting on the top and change it around, take that thing right out of there. Had a lot of problems with these in the past, too. We're going to change it. So we're going to go with this. This is the new style duplex fittings they have now. So the supply will come out of here, and then the return will dump in there. It's got a check valve on the bottom. So this one drops down with a copper piece, 3/8 mil by 1/2 inch copper. Then same thing down the bottom with a check valve. And it runs in. This should be the supply on the back side. Yeah, that's it. You should be able to pull it now. Thing is giving me all kinds of trouble. I don't know what the deal was. I can't pull it. What happens now? Plug in my light. Should work now. That's why the pumps were binding up, because of that piece was screwed up. I think that's what the deal was, to be honest with you. We'll hook them back up and see what happens. Them Roth drop pieces, they no longer make those because they were having a lot of problems with them. So the guy at Supply House was saying also, he says they don't use them anymore because they're having all kinds of problems with them collapsing, and I think that's what the deal was. Let me get the power off there. So orange to black. And then the white. All these whites. Oh, Baki. Oh, Baki. I couldn't get the other thing to pull. No matter what I tried, couldn't get it to pull. Couldn't get it to pull. We'll see now. It should fire right up. Placed the drop plus duplex fitting in the oil tank, and I raised it up a little bit. I think that might have been a problem, putting a big strain on the pump. That collapsed line in there. Back at it again, mama.